Attorney General Pam Bondi announcing the largest fentanyl bust in our nation's history. Let's take a look at what they're finding. And there is really a story here at the West. As you know, people cross the border. A lot of the cartel activity is there. And now they're flooding those drugs to the West. Look at Las Vegas. You got 2.7 kilograms of cocaine that is caught. You got in Phoenix, 2.4 pounds of heroin, 5 kilograms of cocaine, 72 pounds of methamphetamine. And then if you go all the way to Santa Fe, over 100,000 fentanyl pills. Those are deaths that are going to be followed by that. And if you look at Albuquerque, 396 kilos of fentanyl pills. And always remember, where there's drugs, there's also guns as well. That's why you see those firearms that are there. Let's bring in the Attorney General for the United States, Pam Bondi. Madam Attorney General, thanks so much for joining the program. I just got to ask you the question. When you look at all of those fentanyl pills and the pounds and the kilos there, when you transfer that to the amount of deaths that could have happened in our country, how many people are we talking about?
So Lawrence, they seized 3 million fentanyl pills in that raid, and your graphic was just amazing what you showed. 3 million fentanyl pills. Countless lives. Each pill had the potential to kill a human being, a human life, an American life. And that's why it's so deadly. I've been carrying around a little vial with fake fentanyl in it, the amount it takes to kill you, and it looks like a couple grains of salt, Lawrence. That's all it takes to kill you. They're mixing this stuff up. The precursors are made in China. They're sending it to Mexico. It's coming through our country in all different ways, now through India, now through the northern border. They're attempting through the mail, all different ways. But this stuff had been in our country when our borders were wide open. The main leader, you showed Salem, Oregon. That's where he was located, Sanchez Arroyo. He was the main leader of this gang. They're all Sinaloa cartel. He had drugs in 4 other states. You showed Colorado, Phoenix, Albuquerque, New Mexico. That's where all these pills were located. 49 firearms and almost $5 million in cash was seized as a result of this raid. That's the worst guy on the bottom right there in the graphic you just showed. But all of those people worked for them. 6 of them were illegal aliens, all of them Sinaloa cartel members, worst of the worst, and Donald Trump took them off the streets and saved countless lives.
And Madam Attorney General, this is the criminal enterprise of the border, crossing the individuals off. You got the human bodies, human trafficking, the drugs, and the guns as well. It's one enterprise. I want to talk about another investigation that your FBI has opened up into the 764, these predators online. What can you tell us about it?
Yeah, and thanks for bringing that up. That's so important, Lawrence. This is where, if I said from instant message to instant nightmare, parents need to monitor what your kids are doing on the internet. Your kids have no right to privacy on the internet. These monsters, we just arrested 2. They were Americans, but they were hiding out in Greece. They're going after our kids on social media platforms, on gaming sites, on any way they're on the internet. They're targeting our children. And what they're doing is they're infiltrating our society. It's the darkest of the dark. They're getting children to self-mutilate. They're getting children to abuse animals and then in turn abuse others. It's a horrific thing, and there are countless victims throughout this country. You're going to hear at 10:45 today, Director Patel and I are making an announcement about a separate child exploitation ring, completely separate from this. But yeah, 764, our FBI, they've been on it. They've been arresting these guys. They've been monitoring it. It's the darkest of the dark. But children are getting recruited on the internet from being on games, social media, any kind of social media platform. Parents, you've got to monitor what your kids are doing because they think they're talking to other children, and they're not. They're talking to monsters often.
That's exactly right. You got to be all in your children's business to figure out what's going on, who they're talking to. I want to bring you, speaking of children, they told us that Tren de Aragua was just in a few apartment complexes, but it looks like they're all over the country, including New York City. A 12-year-old, an entire gang attacked our cops here in New York City. And then they just released them. What are you going to be doing to get these folks behind prison walls? Because apparently they're just released in New York City.
Yeah, and Lawrence, that's such a shame that they're doing that. It's endangering the lives of citizens, and it's endangering the lives of law enforcement officers when they're doing this. You can't comprehend that cities and states would be so demented to do something like this, to let these violent criminals. Tren de Aragua is a terrorist organization. Sinaloa is a terrorist organization. MS-13 is a terrorist organization for a reason. They are highly organized. They are highly violent. They're targeting Americans. They're killing Americans. They're raping Americans. They're bringing guns into this country, no longer under Donald Trump. And we will bring in any resources. Homeland Security Director Noam has been amazing, working with ICE, Tom Homan, and all of our DEI, FBI agents, ATF agents, U.S. Marshals, working hand in hand. We will get these people off our streets. Lawrence, public safety is nonstop. And, even later today, in just a few minutes, I'm going back to the office, and we're meeting with countless family members, Lawrence, of death row inmates. We're meeting with the family members, the victims, who Joe Biden pardoned. He pardoned 37 of the 40 death row inmates. He commuted their sentences and took them off of death row. These families didn't get any notice. Some found out on Christmas Eve. And I'm meeting today in private with all of these families, dozens of families who want to come and they want to vent. They want to tell their story about what happened, some of the most violent murders you can imagine. And Donald Trump now is seeking the death penalty again on new homicides. We've sought 4 since he's been in office, and there will be more.
Well, Madam,
but, we have victims all over the country, Lawrence.
Yeah, well, I'm just glad that the Department of Justice, the FBI, Homeland Security is starting to focus on the victims again and not the criminals. These people just running our country. I'm glad that the president is sending a strong message. We appreciate your service, Madam Attorney General. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Lawrence. Thank you for caring.
You got it, of course.
And a manhunt is underway for a group of alleged Tren de Aragua gang suspects, accused of attacking NYPD officers in Times Square. You can see it right there. Attorney General Pam Bondi speaking out on the threat to law enforcement just a few moments ago. Watch her here.
It's endangering the lives of citizens, and it's endangering the lives of law enforcement officers when they're doing this. You can't comprehend that cities and states would be so demented to do something like this.
Alexis McAdams is live from Times Square with the details, and now that we have that video, people can see exactly what you've been talking about.
Dana, that's right. So you can explain it to people, but once you see the video, it puts it into perspective. So anyone that lives in New York City or that's coming to visit this summer, watch out for this migrant gang. They're part of Tren de Aragua. They're called Los Diablos de 42, the Little Devils of 42nd Street. They say they're linked to more than 300 crimes and counting, including this attack on the cops. It starts when police say one of the migrants moves in and tries to steal a woman's purse. He pushes her up against the wall. You can see it in that video, and tries to run away. That's when these officers move in to stop them. The crew attacks the 2 uniformed NYPD officers. They're trying to call for backup, Dana, to get help. Then these guys throw anything they could get their hands on, like glass bottles, a scooter, basketballs, and rocks. I want to focus in on one of the suspects. Why? Because police say he is just 12 years old. You can see him in that white T-shirt. He's so tiny, but he's not afraid of these officers. He goes up, kind of jumps at them, fights with them, and even throws a scooter. Investigators tell me he was the leader of a theft ring in Central Park last summer, arrested many times, but released. Border czar Tom Homan, who's on his way to New York today, telling Fox he's got a message for this gang.
These people are in the country illegally. This is just another example of sanctuary cities not cooperating with ICE, and look what happened. NYPD officers are attacked. If you're brazen enough to attack an armed law enforcement officer, you're much more dangerous to an unarmed civilian. We're coming for them.
Coming for them, coming to New York City. We'll see what happens. So far, 5 migrants arrested, but at least 3 are still on the run, we're told. These are their photos released by the NYPD, trying to do everything they can to track them down. Back out here live in Times Square, DHS responding to our reporting, Dana, calling these migrants cowards, saying they're going to do everything they can to hunt these suspects down and prosecute them to the fullest extent of the law. Dana.
All right, Alexis McAdams, as summer gets underway. Thank you.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.